What's up, you guys? This is One Classic Gamer here. Welcome you to Silent Hill F Lost in the Fog difficulty part 1. Now, before we get into my second run, very quickly, for the first couple minutes of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys this trophy that I missed. It's very important that you get this trophy now while you still have the chance. So basically, reload your last save, make your way towards this final boss, and we are going to basically force ourselves to die 3 times. Now, you have to go down 3 times before you can even get to the game over screen, but what you're looking for here is to die 3 times until the game allows you to change the difficulty to story difficulty. And the reason why we're going for this right now is because we won't have another opportunity to get this later on at all in the playthrough. In our second run, we're going to have a completely different section at the end of this game. So this is the Bird That Flies Highest trophy. In order to get this, you have to basically beat this boss, the woman in the white dress, the wedding dress, whatever, without going down at all. Now, it's a lot easier to do this on story difficulty than it is to do it on hard, obviously. So that's why I would highly recommend intentionally killing yourself like 3 times until the game allows you to change the difficulty to story, because as you can see, we're taking damage here, and we're not really losing that much health. So this is a pretty lengthy fight, but I figured I would just show the whole thing anyway, because there are a few tips that I can give you guys. I would not counter any of her attacks. As you can see, she swings a little bit slower on story difficulty, and it's not as brutal when you get hit by her. But still, I would not counter these attacks because she's very unpredictable. She's not the hardest boss in the game, but this is one of, I believe, possibly the only times we're going to be fighting her in the game. So you really have no other opportunity to get this unless you just start the whole game over again and do a red pill run where you take the red capsules and whatnot, because our next run is going to not be that. Basically, I'm going to get further into that when we get to the actual second run and my live commentary and all of that. Yes, there's not going to be post commentary for this entire video. It's just going to be for this opening bit here. I'm showing this really to help you guys out if you're actually playing this game and trying to follow along and get the platinum trophy like I was when I did this game back when it came out. Every ending is different, and every ending has its own challenge, and every boss has its own trophy. This is the trophy for this boss, basically, and it is definitely possible to do this on hard difficulty. I just honestly was very eager to get into my Lost in the Fog run that I really didn't want to waste time, So, I mean, we're going to have to play through this game 4.5 times, basically, to get every single trophy anyway. So, at this point, why make this more tedious than it actually needs to be, So, at this point, she's going to start having all this blight stuff sprout up from the ground. I look at this stuff like the blight from Horizon Forbidden West for some reason. That's really what this stuff reminds me of. Yeah, as you can see, you also get a lot more stamina on story difficulty too. You get a lot more stamina to use. If you take one of the Higashis, I mean, I didn't figure this out until I believe the end of my second run, but I may be wrong there. The Higashis basically give you infinite stamina for a certain period of time. So if you have Higashis, then I would definitely recommend taking them, because when we start our next playthrough and it carries over, we're not going to have them in our inventory anymore. So when she does this attack, make sure that you get as much distance from her as possible, because she's going to send out this whole shockwave that's going to do damage to you. On hard and Lost in the Fog, that freaking attack is fatal, man. It literally brings you down to one single chunk of health, no matter where you are. It's kind of fuck. It's kind of a BS attack, if you ask me. But yeah, I mean, this is such a cool arena. Look at this freaking arena, dude. I don't know. I have a thing for arenas and bosses that are just like endless, or they appear to be endless. I mean, I'm sure this arena isn't endless. You can't just like run away from her and keep running. Obviously, there's going to be an invisible wall at some point, but the key thing here is just to make sure that you're dodging, coming in with light attacks. Every time you do a perfect dodge, obviously you get your stamina back, and I'm going to go through pretty much all of my weapons here. Very soon we're going to switch over to the sledgehammer, which, by the way, with the sledgehammer and heavy weapons, you can also do light attacks with those. I believe this like boss here was where I may or may not have learned that, but if I didn't, then I definitely learned it in my second run, because surprisingly, this second run, I kind of just breezed through a majority of this game. I mean, I beat it a lot faster than I did the first time around, because it took me a whole last playthrough of struggling through this game to actually learn how to like counter enemies and their attacks, and once I learned that, the combat just felt super easy at that point. I'm not saying the entire game on Lost in the Fog is easy. I mean, there are a few parts that I got stuck on, like particularly towards the end, but yeah, she's doing that attack again. So if you can, get one more heavy attack on her. If not, just run away, and like I said, distance yourself between, create some distance between you and her. And she almost got me there, but we're chilling. We're almost done with this fight. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't have as much trouble getting this done. Hopefully you're smart enough to get it done on your first attempt and don't have to reload your save like I did. But if you do, then it seems that usually there's an autosave that appears. But yeah, like in the lead up to this boss. But there's the trophy right there. So that's it. That's the end of that trophy. Now we are finally going to get into my Lost in the Fog difficulty run. So this game is very, very interesting. I kind of touched on this a little bit in the last video when I was like giving my thoughts during the credits, but with each playthrough, the cutscenes in this game, for the most part, they remain the same, but the dialogue changes and parts of the game change, as if you're kind of playing through a new story or like a different story, kind of like Groundhog Day or The Edge of Tomorrow. It's like every time you get to the end, it's like the game, and you hit new game, it's like for Hinako and her world and her story, it literally is just like hitting the reset button, but now things are different and things are not the same. So those of you who are very, very observant are going to notice it. But yeah, I'm done talking for now. So without further ado, let's get into my Lost in the Fog difficulty. So yeah, enjoy.
ねえねえ、知ってる？女の人はお嫁さんになるのが仕事なんだって。
仕事じゃないよ。ひな子はお嫁さんになりたくないの？
でもお父さんに言われるとなりたくなくなる。
宿題と同じだね。
やれって言われるとやる気なくす。
お待たせ。
お姉ちゃん。
何かいいことでもあった？
昔を思い出してた。お姉ちゃんって小さい頃からずっとお姉ちゃんだったんだなって。
ひな子、私ね。
これお お姉ちゃんにあげる。
綺麗だわ。ありがとう。
Ooh, that was crazy.
とにかく今後のことは親の方で話を進める。
お父さん、ひな子の気持ちだって。
こんな話二度とないんだぞ。ひな子にとってこれ以上の幸せがあるか。あるわけがない。どこ行く。話はまだ終わってないぞ、ひな子。
それにしてもあのひな子がね。
あいつは本当に高校娘だ。何しろおかげで借金は全て返せる。二度と金に困らずに済むぞ。
お父さん、やめてくださいよ。ひな子に聞こえますよ。
Okay, that's crazy that the cutscenes are changing now. An intimidating monster that appears in Shiramuku, a traditional white wedding kimono. It uses their Grand Fox arm to compel others to obey. It looks down on me and denies my existence, but at the same time, it pities me like it thinks like it thinks it's better than me or something. Don't look down on me. You're no better.
あってたまるか、そんなこと。
Alright, I'm actually kind of hyped to be back here again at the beginning of this. So I'm just gonna do a little round here, see, but maybe I can find some supplies. I don't know if they give us any supplies. I can't remember if they do or not in the beginning here. Mind you guys, it took me like 20 hours to get through my first run of this game. Because I suck. I'm not a good gamer. I'm just kidding. I'm a competent enough gamer, I would say. I haven't played this game for like a day, so I feel like the combat is really going to kick my ass a little bit in the beginning, considering the difficulty is even higher now on this bullshit. Alright. The good thing is we don't need to, the documents that we've already grabbed, we don't need to pick them up again. So really, this run is just going to be about me clearing out as many miscellaneous trophies as I can and grabbing the collectibles that we missed out on our first run.
拝んでおこう。
Can we go down here? No, we can't. Should have known that. Alright, let's, what do we have here? Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna save.
神様、私はどうしたら。
Okay, we've already seen these. There's gotta be some stuff for us to pick up here.
お稲荷様だ。あちこちに祀られている。
Maybe they don't give us resources yet. What the hell? That was different. Ooh, what's this? Research notes on exotic herbology. Although the most famous translated Western medical book remains the new text on anatomy, there was a peculiar work by the name of Exotic Herbology, published in the 5th year of the Ane era, 1776 AD. Strange as the text was, it has largely been forgotten by history. A foreign missionary brought this text to Japan along with a curious medicine that would supposedly allow one to speak with divine spirits. This drug came to be known as Kakura Makakura by locals. However, in order to have contact with the gods, one must first liberate one's soul. However, upon doing so, the individual will fall into a temporary state of unconsciousness, potentially leaving them vulnerable to malevolent spirits. So part of us getting the second ending for this game, by the way, involves us not taking any red capsules for the entire run. So we can't take any pills or supplements. I'm not going to go in this building either. This building wasn't open the first time around, but this building in here is kind of like the start of like the whole Sacred Sword quest. We're not going to be fucking with that.
時計がないな。千鶴屋なら誰か来てるかな。
It's said that the kanji for Ibisu in Ibisugoka holds the meaning of a person who has migrated from far away. The most fanciful theory for the origin of this town is that it was once a hidden village for Tairi clan soldiers who lost the Genpei War. In the town's old customs, there are a few rules that seem like part of a secret village's code, including things like not owning dogs or washing things in the river, but whether or not it's the truth remains a mystery. What's down here? Anything? Anything? I know there are definitely some notes that I missed out on my first run, because there were parts of the game that were just so intense. I was like, fuck it, I'm running, man. You know? I'm not gonna stick around to see what this is or what's in this area.
Untenshi-san, 運転手さんいませんか? "この先に抜け道があったはず。
Download completed. Reloading game content. What? What just happened? That was weird.
本当に羨ましいわ。まさかあの子がね。それに妬ましいわね。どうしてあの子なのよ。ねえ。噂をすればなんと。
Hey, what you saying about me, huh? You people are off your rocker.
裏切り者。
咲子、
どこ行くの？こっち通るの珍しいね。
車が道を塞いでてさ。
千鶴や？
今は誰かと喋りたくて。
私も後から行くね。
うん。じゃあね。
裏切り者。
Is there anything down here? No. I might do
どこ行ったんだろう。
a little bit too much exploring in this run, but you know, I'm really just, again, I'm trying to see if I can enjoy the game, you know, for a second time. Name Suzutani Mayumi, last scene where, okay, I think we've read that before.
破られてる。
Yeah, we have. Damn, this place is empty as hell. There is one trophy coming up right now that I'm a little bit nervous about.
Shoot.
よ、相棒。
シュウ。
あのさ。
うん。なんか言ってよ。
お前こそなんか言うことはないのかよ。
相棒にないんだったら私にだってない。
お前らしいや。受け身な生き方なんてお前らしくないぜ。お前が自分で選んだ道なら俺はいつまでも応援するからな。
シュウ。
シュウ君、お待たせ。ひなこもいたんだ。
リンコ。
何の話をしてたの？
いや、大した話は。
誰かとおしゃべりしたい気持ちだったんだって。
気が紛れたよ。
それはよかった。お役に立てて光栄の極み。会えると分かってたら借りてた雑誌持ってくればよかった。
ああ、貸したままでいいよ。リンコに貸した時点で戻ってくると思ってないし。
んだとこんちくしょう。笑いすぎだよ。咲子だってひな子から何か借りてるんじゃないの？
私なんかあったかな。ねえひな子、じゃあ私が借りてる500円も返さなくていいよね。
咲子利子つけて返すとか言ってなかった？
言ってないよ。 消耗あんなら出してみろ。
いいこと聞いた。これからは咲子に貸すとき消しゴムであっても消耗書かせるから。
そんな意地悪言わないでよ。
ねえねえ、昨日のラジオ聞いた？
聞いた。でも途中で寝ちゃった。ひなこ。
あ、ごめん。何？
裏切りも。
Okay, I gotta make it through this without taking damage. Oh my god, I took damage. God, are you kidding me right now? Wait, how are we injured?
痛い。
That makes no sense.
これ週にもらっててよかった。
Note from Shu. Hey partner. Okay, no.
相棒の
We are not going to use these.
通りだな。
Ooh, steel pipe.
ここどこ？急いで咲子のとこに戻らないと。
Alright, is there anything over here? Red capsules? No thanks. Got to avoid red capsules at all costs. Yeah, I obviously did do a little bit of research going into this.
誰？シュウ？
リンコ？
Die! We actually got it. We took care of the enemy. Nice. That means we'll be able to walk around. Okay, never mind. Let's see if we can parry this guy. Nice. All right. Ooh, what's over here? Got some Yokon. I missed out on that the first time. What's down here? First aid kit? No? Okay. Local doctors note there are cases where patients see an improvement in their symptoms not by taking medicine, but rather by simply talking to a doctor. The cause of this phenomenon lies undeniably in the trust fostered between practitioner and patient. Conclusively, the pharmacists who have been trusted since ancient times perhaps could be said to contain a similar power to that of the local gods here. Even among the younger generations of this town, there are many who believe praying to Oinari-san will soothe pain and speed up the healing process. One's fortitude of faith is thought to have direct relation to potency. There are even some town elders who claim to have had broken bones miraculously mended after praying to Oinari-san. Okay. Ah! You know what? No, I'm just gonna run. Because once we're out of its line of sight, it won't chase us anymore. Oh god, wait. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Alright, we're fine, we're fine. Nope. Not taking that. Oh god! You got my ass. Alright, I should have been ready for that, but I wasn't. I don't know why I'm freaking out so much. We're totally fine. This is the beginning of the game, dude. Okay, we can't go out that way. I'm not taking that. We are gonna get jumped here, so as soon as we examine this. Alright, bring it on, bitch. Let's go. What are you doing? Ooh, that was perfect. I did not plan that, by the way. Backdoor key. Alright, now we're gonna go downstairs just because I'm pretty sure we picked this up, but I want to double check anyway. Just to be safe. What is this? Household tips for good wife. And, okay. But there's an Omamori back here. I'm pretty sure we grabbed this on my first run. Oh my god! What the fuck, dude? Fuck out of here.
新しい武器を見つけなきゃ。でもお供え物だったよね。
Alright, I need to try to avoid combat more because my weapon is almost fucked. And I just started. Alright, can you give me a toolkit, please?
ここはまずい。シュウたち無事だといいけど。
Alright, I'm just gonna have to run past any encounter I come across right now. What? Are you serious, dude? Okay, whatever. What are you doing? Is this where we're going? I don't remember. I think it is, actually. Alright, dried carcass. Increase max health, sanity, and stamina. Nice! You know what? Yeah, let's equip that. Alright, let's go see what's down here. I'm pretty sure there's just enemies down here. Yep.
気に。
There it goes. Fuck, man. Alright. I'm gonna drop a save again. Diary of Revenge. According to the Nihon Shoki, one of Japan's most ancient history books, Yamata no Orochi, a colossal 8-headed dragon, demanded the sacrifice of beautiful young girls for it to devour. Upon hearing this, the wild deity Susanoo no Mikoto brought 8 barrels of sake to the dragon and lured it into drinking them. Once Yamata no Orochi had become intoxicated, he slew the dragon by chopping off all 8 heads. And according to the Ibusugoka's oldest historical records, after being decapitated, one of Yamata no Orochi's heads flew far west and fell between the mountains of Higo no Kuni. The head eventually became back to life as a poisonous water dragon that plagued the land for many years to come. Higo no Kuni is known now as Ibusugoka. There are records of toxic gas leaks from the underground water streams in the past. It is highly possible that this is where the legend of a poisonous water dragon stemmed from. However, while the local records state that Yamata no Orochi's head flew here, there is no mention of this in the Nihon Shoki. It's not hard to surmise that some shameless individuals put a religious spin on the noxious leaks to turn a profit and falsified connections using famous literature to solidify their claim. We got an Emma.
これで戦える。
今のは
リンコ。
Dude. Alright, bring it. I see you up there. Alright, I'll fight as many of you as I need to. Bring it, bitch. Woohoo, God! Alright, get over here. Get over here. Okay. Die, bitch. Okay, get your ass up. Alright, can you give me, like, another weapon, please? What is in here? Nothing? Okay. Nope, not taking that. Ooh, baseball bat. Okay, I will take that.
ちっちゃい頃の咲子の夢だったよね。堅苦しい神社じゃなくて駄菓子屋の娘に生まれたかったって。ここならいつでも好きなだけお菓子が食べられるよ。おやすみ、咲子。帰りな。今日はもう閉店だよ。咲子、私やっぱり咲子との約束守りたいよ。
Fuck out of here. Oh god, okay, here we go. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, no, 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 please no. Okay, it's time to do this again.
ここどここれは
Thy restless heart betrays thee as unfit for this auspicious day. Thou must first pay respect to the gods and the spirits of thine ancestors. A restless heart leads to a corrupt soul. Only through sufficient offerings laid upon many stands may thy soul be cleansed.
「おはよう。悪い夢にうなされていたかな。
悪い夢。
怪我はないか。怪我をするようなことは私がする。君は体を大事にしなさい。
ありがとう。
それでは行こうか、ひな子。
どこ？
どうした？こっちだ。
誰なの？
足元に注意しなさい。
Oh man, fuck this part. There's an Amamori here that we missed out on the first time, by the way, so we're gonna need to not miss that.
「来なさい。こっちだ。
Got our knife. Kaiken. Can we go this way yet or no?
この人についていこう。
Man, okay, whatever.
This what temple?
君のために鍵を用意した。案内しよう。こっちだ、ひなこ。
The fact that my man can literally teleport is insane. Here we go, here's some stuff. Investigate the shrine vault.
じゃあお前がなんかこれに似た絵を見かけたような。
Alright. We got a trophy here that I gotta earn. But it should be fairly straightforward as long as I can get this first encounter done. We can just go straight to the door and put the code in. I think I'm gonna skip out on pretty much all of the stuff that you can pick up here in this area, just so we can get through this without taking a hit.
なんでここに？
What's this? Scrap of paper. What a beautiful place this is. Sparkling lakes, fragrant flowers, the melodic chirps of birds singing. This must be paradise. Ugh, man, we have to... They're purposefully gonna keep redirecting us towards this. Okay. What does this have to say? Ah, shit. I'm gonna fuck this up. We did it! Alright, time to start hauling ass. already get one? Okay, no. Fuck this. I'm just gonna keep running. We need to make it here. I forgot how to get here. Okay, we gotta go this way. I believe we gotta go this way. Yeah, alright. So there is an Omamori over here. We gotta look out for the cat. But I think I'm in the wrong spot right now. We gotta go up here. Alright, is it over? Where is it? Okay, come on. Dude, come on. Where is this freaking cat? And what do you know? There he is, right there. Wait a minute. Found it. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, so I'm pretty sure you can put this code in, as long as you know what the code is. So that's what I'm gonna try and see if I can do. I don't know, I've read online that, you can do that. You can just put the code in if you already know what the code is, so... I think I'm going the wrong way. Fuck. Alright, we gotta go through the door. Come on, bro. Oh, he's behind us. Alright, here we go. Let's create another save. I'm already getting stressed out and I just freaking started. Alright. Let's figure out what this puzzle is.
受け取ってもらえて嬉しい。淡雪の紅玉より削り出して作った君のための鍵だ。
私のために。
その鍵を稲荷像に。 先ほどの扉は客人を招くためのものだ。だがこちらの扉は聖域へ入ることを許された者にしか開かれない。
私は入っていいの？
もちろんだとも。君を招くために今日がある。まだ少し歩かねばならないが、しばし休もうか。
大丈夫です。
疲れたらすぐに言いなさい。では行こうか。